Are you? Oh, good Lord.
That's
choked to death.
I'm just glad you're okay. I'm just pasting something.
I am.
Okay.
You good?
I'm good.
All right. I apparently wasn't when I numbered these notes, but that's okay.
I mean, they're not numbered, or
they are, but
wrong?
we go from 93B to 94C back to 93.
Are we recording this?
The
good.
oxycodone must have kicked in.
Nice. How's your hearing? Are you losing your hearing? Yes. There you go. Wow, that was just lightning fast. Gotta leave that in.
You give me a straight line like that, man. I'm all over that shit.
Oh my goodness.
Like ugly on an ape. All right.
How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of
The Son of Frankenstein.
This one is probably just as bad as his father.
Good morning, son.
Well, hello.
My son, you have inherited the fortune of the Frankensteins. I trust you will not inherit their fate.
By heaven, I think you're a worse fiend than your father. What are you going to do about it? There's a monster afoot and you know it.
Well, we've warned you.
You've been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute. We're the podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute. And I'm Bill Evenson.
And we do that without ever sticking to a point. I'm Thom.
Oh boy, that's our thing. That's
Yeah,
like our new motto.
Our new motto. We'll have to replace our listeners will just have to suffer
with
this new motto. I'm Thom Lang. You join
we
us.
never stick to a point.
That's right. We join us for minute 93 of 1939's Son of Frankenstein.
Now, which one is that?
That is the one with Josephine Hutchinson.
No, it isn't.
No?
No, she's not in this minute.
She's in this film.
Is she the one when Cary Grant gets drunk?
Yes.
That's okay.
Her.
I
Yeah.
get it.
No, I didn't take Laura's Mercedes. Why that line?
Yeah.
Always been one of my favorite lines from movie history. I don't know.
Because it's good.
Because Cary Grant
And it's Cary
is
Grant.
hilarious.
Yeah,
and,
can't beat it.
All right. As
Cary Grant is one of the funniest guys
he's
that
fantastic.
ever lived. He's hilarious.
When I was in the hospital, the night I was in the hospital for the surgery,
yeah.
TCM had a screwball marathon and was 5 Cary Grant films in a row.
Ah.
So I was up literally all night because I couldn't sleep anyway.
Yeah.
Watching Cary Grant, and it was like the best vacation
Nice.
ever. Yeah, it was
Nice.
great.
Excellent.
And they were all, it was like His Girl Friday, Bringing Up Baby.
Bringing Up Baby is
Holiday,
the one where you just can't even
Philadelphia
believe he's
Story.
pulling it off.
Oh, I know.
Philadelphia Story is
He's
Cary
a little
Grant.
more straight.
Yeah.
He's a little more suave.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah, I bet. Okay,
Anyway.
good. Speaking of Cary Grant, he's not
He's
in
not
this
in
film
this movie.
with Josephine Hutchinson.
No, but Lionel Atwill and Basil Rathbone are, and Basil Rathbone has just told Krogh to come in.
Yep. So just one guy comes in.
Just one guy, not
Yeah.
3.
So he's showing his cards. He's obviously nervous. So you only need to say "come in" once.
You really do. But I think,
Can you put this in last week?
Yeah.
Can we just do last week again?
sure. And asked if he found Igor.
Yes.
Because
Krogh
previously on Frankenstein Minute,
Yep.
Krogh had Wolf in this very room, and Wolf said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go find him and kick his ass off the lot.
Yep.
And whatever reason, Krogh said, sure, go ahead. My thought is that, okay, now this asshole's out of my hair, I can poke around the castle at will.
That is really a good point. I think we talked about it at the time. It's good, nice callback. But yes, I'm sure that's why.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've got rid of him. Have a drink?
So I got rid of him. Who talks like that? Like, what is he trying? Is he trying to obfuscate here?
I think so.
Okay, I got rid of him. Have a drink. Have a smoke.
Yeah.
You need a massage. Can I do a pedicure?
A hand job? What can I do for you?
It's a quick handy. I'm
Yeah.
sure you probably.
You feel a little tense. It's been a tough day.
I was gonna say something about his arm, but maybe it's better for that. I don't know. It depends on your taste.
I don't know, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
So it cuts to a little closer two-shot
Yep.
of the two of them, and it plays out for quite a while in this two-shot, which is nice. I love the
I
two-shot.
love this two-shot. Yeah.
I like
And it's
two-shots
really,
in general.
Yeah.
Because it lets actors act.
Yes.
You see so few of them nowadays. It's usually
right.
over the shoulder, and it's also cut.
I even heard
cut.
somebody on a podcast talk about, might have been the Camp Kaiju, but it wasn't one of those two guys, saying that in comedy, that's what you do, is you cut to the reaction shot. And I think that's not untrue, but I still prefer...
Disagree with
Actually,
that?
no, I take it back. This person was saying you don't play it in a wide, and it was on the Camp Kaiju podcast. But he didn't downplay the 2-shot. I think the 2-shot is the best for
Look at
that.
a film called The In-Laws with Peter Falk
Haven't
and
seen it.
Alan Arkin. Oh my God, you have to. It's
But what makes me think of is
delightfully-
Faulty Towers has a lot of 2-shots where you get the reaction and the...
you get the interplay between the two
Yeah.
actors, and in
To
The
me,
In-Laws,
Faulty Towers is the pinnacle.
yeah, I
I'm
can't
sorry to
argue.
bring it up, but you know
No, I
they're
can't.
fucking making more of these
No,
goddamn
they
things.
They are.
I mean, but I think we agree. Faulty Towers is sacred. It's one of the great things that's ever happened. Maybe you don't love it as much as I do, but it is one of the greatest
I am
things.
right there with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Dick's gonna make some more now.
hope it doesn't taint the
Yeah,
memory, but
It won't.
it's his actual daughter playing his actual daughter, and she's got the wig like Prunella Scales had as Sybil, so that looks kind of
Really?
funny. Yeah,
You already seen a picture?
yeah,
Oh, I didn't see this.
yeah. So I don't know if that's just a publicity thing or
I
what.
hope so. Jeez, that's weird.
But it just like, okay, we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna
Yeah, I
give it
guess
a shot. I'll give it a
you
shot.
go ahead and give it a shot. Well, maybe it'll be great.
It's John Cleese. I'll give him benefit of the doubt.
Hopefully, there's some 2-shots.
So anyway, yeah, In-Laws. The director allows Peter Falk and Alan Arkin to just have these 2-shots where they're acting off of one another, and it's
Yeah.
same thing here. Night at the Opera. There's a big long scene of Groucho and Chico just standing there talking about a contract. It's one long take of just the two of them against pretty much a blank backdrop, and it's fantastic.
I watched that in the last month.
I have
can't
too.
remember
I
when.
have too.
But yeah, that contract, the way it gets torn down into the pieces is it's surprising how perfectly it plays out actually. But these are two of the most
Well, they're
skilled
the Marx-
comedians in the
fucking
history of the
Marx
world.
Brothers. What do so
Groucho doesn't fuck it up at all. Imagine that. Yeah, having Groucho and Chico play off each other, yeah, it's not
you seldom go wrong.
seldom.
Yes.
And here, this 2-shot, one of the things I like about it is, at least at the start of this shot, Wolf is standing bolt upright with his hands in his pockets and is very adamant. You know what I mean? Very steadfast and staring down.
Almost defiant.
Defiant.
Or
Yes, he's fucking had it
Yeah.
with Krog and his insinuations that he might be
making
up to no good,
Frankensteins.
making Frankensteins or bringing them back to life, or what do they do with those?
And Krog is stopped. Throughout, he's been mostly civil.
Yes.
With Wolf, and he's been, it's like a chess game. Now the gloves are off. At least one of them is.
In the chess game? Are you doing a mixed metaphor?
I am. Now the gloves are off for Krog because
Yeah.
he's not holding back.
Yes, exactly.
How did you get rid of him? As Wolf slams back the rest of his drink.
Yes.
And I think it's telling that he ignores Wolf's offer of a drink. He doesn't
True.
even respond to it.
Well, I mean, given the history that we've seen in this film, he offered him a drink when he first met him.
Yeah.
And he said, no, I'm here in an official capacity. Told his little sob story. Sorry.
Yeah, boo-hoo, your arm was torn out by the roots.
Yeah. What do you know about it, Tom? And then he has the drink. I mean, there's a history.
It's a parry thrust sort of thing back
Yeah.
and forth between them, and now that veneer of civility is gone.
Well, it's very slight. When to say to Krog, I got rid of him. Have a drink is not to completely eliminate civility, but it's
But the
just
attitude,
about
the attitude is
like, fuck you. Quit
Yeah,
asking me questions.
yeah.
What are you, a cop?
yeah. I killed him.
Yep.
Yep.
I killed him. That's how I got rid of him.
Yep.
Well, that's what's so weird about I got rid of him. That's what I was trying to say before.
Yeah.
I don't think I said it. Who would talk like that? Who would say I got rid of him when you killed him? Like, what is it you're getting at? You would think that's the equivalent of Igor saying Benson went running off into the woods. Presumably it's because you don't immediately say to the police, I killed him.
Shot him.
But he almost immediately says
Yeah.
to the police, I killed him.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
He tried to kill me with a forklift, so I shot him.
I don't think that's.
No,
I don't
not
remember
what it
that.
says.
Are we substituting? So now we call the monster Frankenstein, and we call the hammer a forklift. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Mystery Science Theater reference.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that
Oh,
is.
I
have no idea.
Fugitive Alien, they had two of them. It was a Japanese series
Yeah.
edited into films, and there's a big scene where one character tries to kill the other with a forklift, and this music is going, and they've turned it into a song, and it repeats through the rest of the series, I think.
Oh, wow.
He tried to kill me with a forklift.
Can you believe I don't know what you're talking
Oh,
about?
wow. I
Maybe I've never
thought
seen that
sure
one.
you would.
No, I didn't get it.
I tried tried to murder me with his hammer, so I shot him.
So this is amazing to me. Wolf tells the truth. Igor did attack him with a hammer.
Right.
And he's sort of, I think he's getting a little bit of strength from the fact that in this one rare instant, he's telling the truth. So that's why he's able to become so defiant finally and stand up so straight. And again, that two-shot is where it's powerful, that he's so defiant, is the word you used. But he's also tall.
He's
you know,
also
he's big.
taller. Rathbone's taller than Atwill, and Atwill's kind of hunched over the table.
At the beginning of the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, he's fed up.
And it's funny, watching this minute, you pulled a lot of these sound bites from this minute for the opening.
Yeah.
So they play out just...
They've become iconic to people who are on this podcast, the people in this room. But I had notes for later, but it seems wrong because after 90-some weeks of listening to it, I cut it out of order because I just cut it the way I wanted it.
Sure.
But yeah, they're iconic lines. What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to compliment you.
Yeah, he doesn't expect that. He doesn't see that coming.
No, because he reacts a little bit.
Yeah.
For it is he who undoubtedly killed Benson.
Now, did Igor undoubtedly kill Benson?
Well, we'll see.
Okay, we don't know yet.
We don't know for sure.
All right.
Wolf is either...
It's between Igor and Amelia at this
Peter.
point.
I think Peter is
Oh, that's right. Peter's probably
definitely in the running.
That's true. Definitely up there. Okay.
Now, Wolf is either feigning surprise or is genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
He sets his drink down slowly.
Yes.
Benson?
Yeah.
I think he knew or had an inkling all along that Benson met with foul play.
Yes.
And this just confirms it.
Well, I mean, it's as evidenced by the fact that he lies about it so frequently and with such verve. It makes up all kinds of stories about Benson being a drunk and whoring serial killer.
Right.
Because I guess once he did that, he does assume he's dead.
Yeah.
So to see him now have this reaction, it's surprising, but it's also appropriate, and so I'm glad for that.
I'm not saying it's not appropriate. It's
just,
I think it just hammers it home, makes it real.
Right.
But as long as he could make these flippant things, it wasn't real.
Right.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Very blunt.
Yeah,
He's
I like
dead.
that.
Murdered.
I like that very much. That's very Krog. He's not messing around either. He's had it too. These are two guys that are fucking fed up with each other.
Yep.
You're not going to get a picture like this of Lionel Atwill and Basil Rathbone. Actually, Lionel Atwill and Basil Rathbone are long-term adversaries.
Yeah.
Doesn't Atwill play Moriarty in a couple of films?
Yeah.
And then there isn't a Moriarty in a lot of them.
No.
So yeah, this is classic
This
Atwill Rathbone shit.
This is the act they would take out on the road.
There you go.
He's dead, murdered. Found his body in the secret passageway off the nursery. Then he produces the...
He calls it a nursery. You still call it a nursery when a kid's 4?
It's been referred to that a few times, I think.
Weird. Oh, okay.
As a nursery, but yeah. At what age? They've also referred to Peter as a baby.
That's true. He's a baby.
He's fucking 4 years old.
Yeah.
At what point does he stop being a baby? Does it stop being a nursery?
I think maybe Wolf's encouraging that because he's hoping he can still be considered like a undeveloped adolescent when the fucking shit comes down.
Yeah. Okay. It's building his defense.
Yeah, exactly.
He produces the watch and chain in the possession of your son.
That's an interesting, but right there, it cuts to a close-up of Atwill. And I feel like there could be a cut
Not
there.
yet. Just after he says, he found these in the possession of your son.
You're
He
right.
puts them on the table.
I'm sorry, you're absolutely
Then
right.
it cuts to a close-up of...
You're absolutely right, yeah.
Krog.
So were you going to say anything about the watch and the chain? It's kind of cool how he drops the chain. He does this thing with his hand where he tips his hand over.
Slides out onto
like
the
salt is going to pour out of his palm. He's got that one hand and he's going to use it.
That's right.
It's just like you.
Yep. Damn right. Now it gets a little weird because then the first thing out of his mouth in the close-up is, but Igor didn't do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he undoubtedly did, but now he didn't.
undoubtedly did earlier this minute.
Like 10 seconds earlier.
Yep. Yeah.
Actually, it's 20 seconds. I timed it out as.
Oh, is that right?
20
Between
seconds
him
apart.
saying he did it
Yep.
and him saying he definitely didn't do it.
Exactly.
He undoubtedly did it.
Undoubtedly did it, but he didn't do it.
Yeah. I think, so here's what I think about that. I think it's fun for guys like us to poke fun at this movie for that reason.
Pick it apart for that
and
reason.
if you want to, you can. But in the moment, it also makes a kind of sense. You know, the cops, this is something that they talk about on these crime shows. They don't talk about it much on these crime shows, but they talk about it on some documentaries about police misconduct. It's legal for the cops to lie to you.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, they'll lie to you to get you to say whatever they want you to say.
Absolutely.
And so that's that's the, that's what I've created at least to make this make some kind of sense. Because the other part of it is cutting to that close-up when they do tends, in my opinion, to imply that maybe that scene was a little longer. But it being longer wouldn't make it still not a contradiction.
Right. Nor did you. Nor was it done by the Whispering Ghost.
That's right. The Whispering Ghost returns.
That's right.
Haven't heard a lot about the Whispering Ghost. But, yep.
There's a Frankenstein afoot, and you know it.
Yeah. Another line from the introduction.
Yes.
But yes, there's a Frankenstein afoot, and you know it. And then Wolf starts his twitching, kind of shaking, smoldering,
sucking on lemons or something,
and squinting. He loves squinting. Yeah,
Very
he's doing that
odd.
whole thing.
You've seen Bride of the Monster.
Yeah.
Lugosi at the very end, he's
Oh God.
he's making all these sort of
Right. He's doing that bit.
morphine-induced faces, and that's what Wolf is doing right here.
Yeah, but this is where the shit is finally hitting the fan.
Yeah.
And when he says, it's interesting that Krog says he thinks Frankenstein's under Wolf's control.
Yeah, it's a rare moment where he's wrong.
Yeah, he's totally wrong.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why Wolf is squinting so much, because he's finally being accused of something he didn't do.
It's like, oh, wait a minute.
I wish he was under my control. You should see the shit that's been going on around here.
Trying.
I can't control anything.
Trying for months to get that guy under my control.
I think you're a worse fiend than your father. So Wolf's father, you'll remember him.
Yeah.
He was
Henry?
played by John Bowles in the first film.
He was.
Actually, who knows?
Yeah, well,
you don't know.
That's my theory.
Yep, they both have a penchant for the little mustache.
That's
so
true.
maybe he is.
Well, look at it. I mean,
He looks a little bit more like Bowles than he does.
does Colin Clive.
Boy, are we not gonna stick to the point here?
A fiend. You know what a fiend is?
No, I guess I don't know exactly what a fiend is.
It's the devil.
I know what a ghoul is.
Yeah. Fiend, definition, the devil is a fiend or an evil spirit or demon. So I don't think either of those fit the criteria we're looking for.
Okay.
A wicked or cruel person.
Yep.
Okay.
Getting there.
Yeah. A person who is excessively fond of or addicted to something, like a coke fiend.
Like a coke fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could have that here.
So maybe he's
definitely a booze hound.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I think the wicked or cruel
Probably
person
wicked or
fits.
cruel person.
But I don't know that Henry was a fiend.
And that's why I think it's a good line, because Wolf's father didn't willingly bring a murderous Frankenstein to life to pull people's arms off.
Right.
Despite knowing that he's a dangerous monster, Wolf just brings him to life and
just walks away, basically.
kind of walks away like in the novel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he is a worse fiend than his father. Mm-hmm. I think we can agree with
I think so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where is this Frankenstein?
Where is he?
I'll stay by your side until you confess. And if you don't, I'll feed you to the villagers like the Romans fed Christians to the lions. Pretty strong stuff.
It's really great.
That's a great line, and he delivers it with everything he's got.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that he, like we said, he's a little bit wrong about Wolf's involvement, because it's bad enough.
Yeah.
He's certainly up for manslaughter or something. I don't know.
Well, I think
Grave
I don't know
robbing,
what
I
the
don't
laws in the village of Frankenstein are, but
in
here,
1939.
here, if you're part of a crime like that, then you're treated as
Yeah.
the same as all the, as if you pulled the trigger.
Okay. So yeah, he's yeah.
Okay.
He's but I mean, so then the notion of feeding him to the villagers is pretty great. Like, don't forget, I'm actually protecting your fucking stupid ass here.
Right.
This isn't.
I could just go open the door right now.
There's a guy out there with a pitchfork.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, the Romans fed lots of people to the lions.
Yeah, not just Christians.
Regardless of their religion.
Yes.
There were, it absolutely must be stated, there were Roman emperors who persecuted Christians, but they're actually more the exception.
Right.
Generally, fucking tons of people just got fed to lions. Yeah.
Well, it was entertainment.
It was entertainment, yeah. And then Wolf responds,
I wouldn't put it past you.
that's awesome.
Yep.
I love that. That is such a great response to that. For the guy to come out like that and say, you know what I'll fucking do to you? I'll fucking feed you the fucking lions, essentially. And for him to go, yeah, I wouldn't put it past you, you asshole.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wolf doesn't back down. And that's part of that. That's when they go back to that two-shot, too.
Yeah, it goes
He's
into
right there in his face. I wouldn't put it past you. He's got more to say next week.
Yeah, he does.
All right. That sound of whatever the sound is can only mean...
Got any more questions, wise ass?
I already forgot how to do it. Brought to you by...
It's got any more questions, wise ass.
Brought to you by our Patreons. Thank you to all of our Patreons. And let's insert the names of all the Patreons.
I'm just going to take the audio from last week and put it
that's a good... Thank you. That'll work perfect. Brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Frankenstein Minute gives you all of your Frankenstein Minute needs, from bonus episodes to the episodes coming out a day early. For just $2 a month, you can feel good about yourself and be considered a friend of Frankenstein Minute. This week's question is from Donald Motley.
Okay.
Donald is responding to an episode from season 3, which we're still in, so this is pretty timely.
That could go back a ways, though.
Well, it's season 3, episode 87.
Oh, okay.
Dartboard, which I gotta say, I love that title. Donald says, "You're welcome. I'm happy to have been the wise ass of the week." So not really a question from Donald, more of a comment.
Acknowledgement that we... Okay, well, now you can... Well, thank you again, and...
thank you again, and...
move on to the next one.
Move on to the next. Thanks, Donald.
Yeah.
Thanks for being wise ass of the week again. Emeritus.
There you go.
Wise ass emeritus John Hazard comments.
Oh, well, he's...
That's why I said emeritus. Do you get higher? Is there something higher than
I don't know.
emeritus?
I was trying to think, but I think that's
wise ass central.
I think that's as high.
The officially sanctioned belong dead wise ass ranking system.
Wise ass poobah or something like that.
I think I posted a picture. Somebody shared on Facebook a picture of Lon Chaney Jr. on his birthday. So I shared their post to the Frankenstein Minute Village, and John Hazard responded, "Handsome!" ! You think if they had just given him leading man roles that he might have kept looking like this? So it's an interesting question.
Yeah, I think possibly. I know he was not a fan of having to use his father's name and work in the genre that his father was the most famous for. He wanted to do his own thing, and none of that transpired the way he wanted.
Yep.
So he crawled inside a whiskey bottle, unfortunately, and you can start to see it by the mid to late 40s. It's taking its toll.
We'll see how he looks in Bud Abbott.
He actually doesn't look
good there.
Too bad there.
That's 48.
Yeah, I think he was... I've only read one biography of him, so I don't know a huge amount of his personal life. And it was very unhappy.
Okay.
I don't think he was ever a happy guy.
Yeah. It is an odd thing to build up a successful or somewhat successful movie career with a name you'd hate.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be named Lon. It's not his name.
Not his name.
Creighton, right?
Yeah. So and on the back of his dead father,
right,
who was by all accounts a despicable human being.
That's in that book too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And treated him quite poorly and left him nothing in his estate. Left it to some guy. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, it was a
So that would have been
mess.
in 20... When did he die? 30?
30.
So by this point...
Creighton was like a refrigerator salesman or something at the time, and only got into acting then once Lon passed. Because Lon forbade it, from what I understand. Now, all apart from the end of Man of a Thousand Faces, where dying Lon Chaney takes his makeup kit and writes Junior after his name on it and gives it to him.
What an idiotic way to handle that.
It's a terrible movie.
I mean, it's funny because history, I feel like we view Lon Chaney Jr. through a historical lens.
Well, sure.
Boris Karloff as a guy is maybe a little easier to sort of imagine what his life was like because he was successful in the way he was successful. But like the term Lon Chaney Jr. means the Wolfman, first of all.
Right.
That's yet to come. But Lon Chaney's significant still too. These are titans of horror history.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
no one's going to forget Lon Chaney.
No. I mean,
he hasn't been supplanted by his son.
No.
Yeah.
And he apparently told Boris Karloff, take the role nobody else wants and do something with it.
Yeah.
And I think that was extremely sage advice.
Huh. You think that really happened?
I do.
Is that in the movie?
I don't know that it's in Man of a Thousand Faces, but it's comes up quite frequently. I do know that they met and
Work together?
no, they worked together, but they did discuss acting and whatnot.
Okay.
And that
Was
was
Karloff told that story?
Yeah,
Okay, then it's probably right.
yeah.
I like that.
And even if it is apocryphal, it's great advice.
Well, it's certainly what Lugosi did, right? Didn't he take every fucking role he could?
That's a difference there, though.
I guess that is slightly
A
different.
different, yeah. You know, by
Take
his
the role nobody else wants isn't the same as take the role that nobody's even been asked if they want.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, it's too easy to slam poor
Poor
Bela.
Bela, it is.
Given the fact that, again, the overriding thing that we both think is that, you say it better than me, but something like, there are a lot of films that are only watchable because Bela Lugosi's in them.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, Bela Lugosi.
Don't. Yeah, like all those Poverty Row, they're massively entertaining only because it's Bela Lugosi.
Yep.
You know, there's some that have George Zucco instead. You know, they're okay.
Yeah.
But they just don't have that, you know, Lugosi.
George Zucco's not bad, but he's
Yeah.
certainly not Bela Lugosi.
No, not in Lugosi in Overdrive, you know, because nobody's
Yeah.
telling him to pull it back. You don't have Edgar G. Ulmer telling him to pull it back like he did on The Black Cat.
Yeah.
Or Robert Wise, you know, on Body Snatcher.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he pulls it back for crying out
Oh,
loud.
that's-
I just
that's-
watched it the other day.
Oh,
or I
it's-
watched, no, I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched a little bit of it.
Fantastic movie.
It's a fantastic movie in a lot of ways, and Karloff, of course, is fantastic.
Oh, he's, yeah.
But Lugosi is not, he's certainly not over the top.
No,
Yeah.
no, and it's the part that
Yeah.
he, you know, he's a very subdued role. He's, you know, sort of this befuddled,
Yeah.
in over his head janitor, I think, or something.
Yeah, that's the impression I get.
Yeah, and the scene with the two of them when Karloff kills him. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I'll shoot.
It's fantastic.
Absolutely.
It's great. And they,
Yeah, that's a great thing for us as fans to have.
Yeah.
That
and it's
came
the
to pass
last
is
moment
astonishing.
with the two of them.
Yeah, it's great because Lugosi doesn't doesn't screw it up. I guess I don't know. You can sort of see where
you're right.
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
So and that's in line with what you're saying about the director, squelching any instincts he might have to go over the top.
Yeah.
He's perfect.
Because clearly, like Murders in the Rue Morgue, Flory never told him to pull it back because there is some egregious overacting there.
Yeah.
Blood is rotten!
Yes.
I can't
It's
even watch
crazy.
it anymore.
It's crazy. The other one, the one I think of too, though, is White Zombie, where it's only good when he goes way over the top.
Yeah. I
know?
mean, that's a whole different animal, though.
Yeah.
And I think, like The Raven, too, Lou Landers didn't tell him to choke back either because that's pretty...
It's hard. I go back and forth on The Raven because he's got to be over the top. He's got to be, maybe not over the top, but he's got to be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but you can do that
Can
without...
you say crazy or mentally ill?
He's got to be mentally...
He's got to be...
Mentally ill? Sure, why not?
I don't know. Goes a little crazy.
Yeah.
He goes mad.
Man, we all go a little mad sometimes.
Wow. Nice.
Yeah.
I know what that's from.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
What is it? I don't
We're
know
done.
what it's from.
Isn't it from Psycho?
No, I'm kidding. Yes,
Oh,
it
okay. I was like, wait, what? Is this just something you say? Because I got
actually
news.
just watched that. I just watched Psycho because I got nothing but time on my hands now.
Yeah.
'Cause I can't do shit.
I have a recommendation for you.
What's that?
Psycho 2.
Oh, I like that movie.
I like that
I
movie,
do
yeah.
too. Yeah. But I also watched, what is it, 78/52.
I never have seen that.
It's pretty good.
I have it, but I haven't watched
It's
it.
pretty good. I found it. Unfortunately, I found it on some free channel. I'm gonna have to buy the Blu-ray because it was pissing me off. It would, in the middle of a sentence, it would go to like 2 minutes of ads.
Oh, great.
And it wasn't just 2 minutes of ads. It was 2 minutes of the same ad over and over and over
Yeah.
again.
Do you think they do that on purpose?
I don't know.
Like that repetition gets more
Maybe.
ingrained in your head?
Maybe it does, but it tends to piss me off
Oh,
to the
yeah,
point
it's
where I
annoying
want
as
nothing
shit.
to do with whatever it is you're pitching.
Yep. But then I don't know. I don't know how advertising works.
I don't either.
know if maybe pissing you off is part of the. I mean,
So
it
then
must
you're like,
be.
what was that fucking thing that got me so mad? I need
Yeah.
to get a new phone or whatever the
But it makes
commercials were.
it makes you think of it.
Yeah.
Somehow, on some level, because who knows?
I don't know.
Did you watch the Super Bowl at all? Did you see any
The
of
what
those
now?
ads? They had a bowl of the Super.
Was it Super?
It was a pretty Super
It was
Bowl.
a really-
Actually, it was a good game, but the halftime performance I thought was mediocre, which is a high bar. I mean,
I guess.
that's pretty good for a Super Bowl
I
performance.
guess so.
There's been 2 classics, a whole hell of a lot of shit, and 6 or 7 mediocre. So
What were
good
the
for
2
her.
classics? I assume Prince.
Prince for me, and I gotta be honest, I really liked last year's with Dre and Snoop.
Oh, that was
and,
I did actually see that.
It's like I don't even listen to that music, but it was fucking great.
I did go out of my way to just look at that, and
Yeah.
I thought that was because people were pissed about it, and like,
Of
okay,
course. Why?
okay,
I
this
don't
is
know.
fantastic.
That's really, really well done.
Yeah.
Amazingly well done. Anyway, yeah.
All right.
But that's, again, not sticking to the point. We've been accused of not sticking to the point. What I was supposed to say was the ads, of which there weren't any
merit.
because there's this whole ad campaign about, do I love Pepsi or am I acting? Did you see any of this?
No.
Well, it's just stupid. They have Ben Stiller, and he's like, acting is this and this. And then he takes a drink of Pepsi, and he's like, oh, it's so great, or am I acting? And then they had Steve Martin do it an hour later, same bit. And I'm like, are you trying to tell me you don't like Pepsi?
Like Pepsi? Yeah.
I don't understand what you're telling me. So this is what that's
weird way to approach that.
But it's the same idea, I guess.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
I guess. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't like Pepsi, but
I'll tell you what, Tylenol's still around. People were dying from that stuff.
hey, I take it all day. You're chewing on it like candy now.
All right. Is that what you're chewing on over there?
I'm trying to avoid the oxy as much as possible because
Yeah.
I just don't want to get into that trap.
You don't want to suddenly start spouting right-wing politics on our podcast?
Yeah, no. Not if I can help it.
Making fun of homeless people and all whatever.
Or,
Rush. I always think of that as the Rush Limbaugh drug. Is it the same or something similar?
I assume it's the same.
Because I think are you saying Codone?
Yeah.
And then I think he was on OxyContin, which I believe is a time-release version of oxycodone,
Okay.
but I'm not a doctor. I just
Play one on
got
TV.
beat up by one once.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it. We just call it. At some point, you got to call.
Yeah, I guess so. The patient was pronounced dead at 12:02 p.m.
Somebody had to.
Yep.